I fly on the wings of the LG, watch as I swivel this phone. This is the LG Wing. It's wacky, it's kooky, but is it useful? Well, look at how cool it looks though. LG loves to try crazy things every once in a while, like the ticker screen on the LG V10 way back when, or the modular design of the LG G5. A lot of these experiments, well, they don't really stick around much, but a ton of people do respect LG for trying to think outside the box. And here we have the LG Wing. While the whole smartphone world is trying to figure out what kind of foldable phone to make next, the LG Wing is a phone that swivels out to reveal a smaller, square-shaped secondary screen. This is meant to be your assistant screen right here, the wingman to your main screen, get it? Its applications are interesting, though a bit limited. Most commonly, I've seen this presented as a screen to run media controls on, like you have your navigation on the main screen and then you have a Spotify playlist on the small screen. Or you can use the small screen to just view your calendar while browsing through your emails on the main screen. There's a special edition of the Whale browser on this phone, which makes use of the two displays automatically. Basically, you do all of your web browsing on the bottom here on this small display, but whenever you start up a video from any website, it will automatically load up on the top display, and you can keep browsing through your tabs on the small screen while watching the video. In unfolded mode, you can basically view any media on the big screen without being interrupted at all. Your notifications will come up on the small screen, your media playback controls, and even the brightness slider are down there. It's pretty nifty, if only the LG Wing was actually good for media. It only has one speaker, which kind of sounds honky and it's not amazing. And the screen is a bit cold, with either a bluish or greenish tint over it, depending on what mode you put it in. I managed to kind of get it balanced by using the custom mode, but it's still not the best screen in terms of color reproduction. When the Wing is folded, it handles pretty much as your standard phone would. It's a bit thicker and definitely heavier than a contemporary flagship, but I do really like how it fits in the hand. It's the perfect size for me. And the mechanism is really tight. I can barely feel any rattling when I'm swiping or just tapping in a normal scenario. Of course, this crazy design was probably costly to develop and to make, so the LG Wing had to cut some corners. The chip inside is an upper mid-range Snapdragon 765G, and don't expect a high refresh rate screen here. Still, it does come with 256 gigs of storage and 8 GB of RAM, which is quite enough. Then there are the cameras. The LG Wing has 3 cameras on the back. There's the 64 megapixel main shooter, a 13 megapixel ultra-wide camera, and then another 12 megapixel camera that's only used when the phone is unfolded. See, the sensor on the top camera here, it's tucked away behind a ultra-wide angle lens, but it does not shoot like an ultra-wide angle camera. Instead, it just shows you a crop of the full frame, and when you're moving around, it intelligently moves that crop to provide you with enhanced stabilization. When you unfold the Wing, you get this very familiar controller here, a joystick to turn the camera around, 3 different shooting modes, a lock, and calibration. Basically, it wants to simulate the experience of using one of these expensive gadgets. I have to say, it is fun to play with, for sure. But when taking the same exact clip with the gimbal camera and then the main LG Wing camera, I can't say there's much of an improvement in stabilization. In fact, the main camera gives us sharper details and better colors. So this is mostly just a proof of concept maybe, or a toy. The main camera is pretty good. It does tend to over-sharpen details a bit, maybe dial that one down, LG, but colors are mostly accurate and it can handle high dynamics well. The scene optimizer does its job well for the most part, but you may sometimes need to turn it off. Check out this photo of roses that I took. The LG Wing recognized that it was flowers, so it amped up the colors to get a more striking image. The problem though is that the roses were already super red in real life, so the phone made them look scorching in the picture. When I turned the auto optimizer off, I got a better photo. The 32 megapixel selfie camera is attached to a pop-out mechanism which just never gets old. The selfies turn out nice, well balanced details and okay colors. It only messed up my skin tone a couple of times. The LG software on top of Android 10 here is going to be an acquired taste for some. I can definitely appreciate LG trying to come up with its own visual style, but as a whole it looks like a hodgepodge of colorful icons, light solids, transparent pop-ups and way too many little buttons and choices in some elements. I don't know, LG users out there, let me know if I'm off base. And that about covers it. Do I think that the LG Wing is worth it? Well look, in today's landscape, $1,000 can get you a phone with a top-of-the-line processor, stereo speakers with a full sound, a high refresh rate screen. I'm talking about your Samsung Galaxies, your OnePlus 8 Pro, the newly released in the USA Asus ROG Phone 3. So would you rather have that or a swivel mechanism on what is essentially a mid-range phone? Thanks for checking out our review of the LG Wing. Let me know how much you hate me in the comments down below. Subscribe if you want to see this pretty face in yet another video, and maybe I'll see you next time.